We got an injury update for the Chicago Bears as Jaquan Brisker is now going to be out for Sunday's game. Me and Stevo, we're going to break it all down right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Stevo, man, another day, another injury update for the Chicago Bears. Jaquan Brisker has been downgraded to out due to an illness, so he will be out. He joins Eddie Jackson, who's also questionable for this game. Now, the one thing, Jaquan Brisker has definitely been playing better over the last couple of weeks. The secondary overall has been taking steps. When you look at Jaquan Brisker now being out, what does that mean for you as the Bears face the Chargers?
Well, they go out penetration. They literally go like usually he's the only dude that usually get through when they send a blitz. And to me, he's one of the main members of the defense that I will say is a part of our identity. And he's definitely been a part of our identity the last few weeks, and he's been showing up. You see him making tackles, you see him shoring up tackles. Now the whole team is starting to do that. Now that's my fear, is that he gonna not be in this game, not setting the same tone, and I don't know who's gonna set the same tone. But hopefully they get gathered together. But I would lie, said it's not a blow. Like we can't take him. We already know Eddie is injured. We don't know what he gonna do. Like I said, Tyreek is Tyreek. He's constantly improving, but he's getting picked on. So you need all the secondary help you're gonna get. But this is something I didn't want to hear.
You mean Terrell Smith?
No, I mean Tyreek.
Oh yeah, Tyreek Stevenson. I be forgetting Tyreek been on the injury report.
Isn't Terrell hurt?
Terrell's hurt too. Yeah, Terrell's out as well in this game with the illness as well. So
what y'all been doing?
Hey man, they've been out kicking. They must have went to the same strip club that was mighty questionable, bro. Hopefully they wasn't in there doing no JDH stuff, but
change they mouthpiece now.
But real talk, man. The chemistry that's been building up between the Bears secondary, it's been noticeable, right? And so it sucks that we're going to have a game where we're going to be missing another player. But I look at it like us and the Chargers, if I'm not mistaken, have the same amount of wins, right? So like this is a team like we could definitely struggle in. I don't want to act like we can't. Any help in the secondary, any help in getting to the quarterback, which Jaquan Brisker helps with both. It sucks that we're not going to have, especially with Keenan Allen, who's having a really good year so far. But I think the Bears still have enough, right? And I'm not saying that the Bears should be favored to come in or anything with this, but the way that the cornerbacks have really been progressing in Kyler Gordon and Tyreek Stevenson, and Jalen Johnson's out to prove something, as he really is trying to make his mark to make sure they know that he deserves this contract. I still think that we have enough to be solid in it, but I won't lie, it's definitely a blow to the team in the chemistry.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, to me, us and the Chargers got a lot in common than people realize. Like, we're both teams that should be better. We both got talent on both sides of the ball, but the coaching sucks. And I think that's the only thing we have that we can say yay for, is that we know that Brandon Staley and ADC is trash. And we know they could put up points. That's always new, even though we know we could put up points the same type of way. But the difference is, well, the quarterback that normally does put up points similar to that ain't in there. But hopefully Tyson can make something shake. And I will say, if he's able to put 27 type points up now, the conversation will start to roll, and I won't be mad at it. Because at the end of the go ahead.
No, I agree with you, because this is the type of team the Chargers defense does give up big passing games. So, I hope that they go down the field. Now, I will say this: if they still don't go down the field, I got to question why not. Because, we know the one thing that yes, Tyson Bagent was a game manager, but we know Tyson does have a decent arm on him, right? I'm not saying he has the most amazing arm strength. So I get what they ran last game, but considering the opponent this week, I think you have to take more opportunities and chances down the field against the Chargers.
I mean, but I get what you're saying. Is that we got to look at certain things if they don't decide to shoot downfield. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's more of a discrepancy in your coaching more than every time when it comes down to it, it's your coach. I don't care what you got to do. Anybody in the NFL can throw a 30-yard ball. That's just honest. If you're a quarterback in the NFL at any string, you should be able to throw 30. And that's all we need. We're not asking this man to make a 40, 50-yard touchdown pass every drop of the second. But if somebody's streaking down the middle of the field, which can't happen against this defense, I'm gonna need you to be able to hit him, which I think Tyson can. I don't think that he got this old noodle arm that everybody is saying. I also think he ain't got the one that could just stand there flat footed and throw it over 60 yards either. But you don't really need a big game. We done seen it with Drew Brees. Eli Manning didn't have the hugest arm. Like there's a lot of quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo don't have the hugest
Well, we
arm.
don't want
Like
to compare nobody to Jimmy G.
I mean, Jimmy G with this right thing around him was pretty solid.
This is true.
Just saying. Like that's all I'm saying. But like, I just feel like I'm looking at the coaches. Like to me, I'm looking like okay. We seen him do this. Like, I won't be surprised if we have Tyson and shotgun our game next week. That's the type of stuff I'm looking at
Bro,
because
if that happens,
that's the type of stuff this organization does. That's the type of stuff this coaching staff does. Oh,
yeah.
we should take more shots. So okay, let's put them in shotgun because that's how we take more shots. 5-man personnel. We gonna spread them out and they all gonna go for 10 yards and they got Khalil gonna be in that backfield with Joey at the same time. They gonna sandwich. Just like that, a bug. Can't do it. So that's what I look at. I feel like it's not really we don't trust Tyson. No, you ain't gave him he hasn't given you a reason not to trust him. Minus one interception, which is questionable because it was in his face. He stepped up in it, which was his fault, which he did say. But if he just would have stayed there, if he didn't roll out as far as he did and just took the shot, it probably wouldn't have been looked that bad. But he hasn't given you no reason not to at least attempt a 1D shot. So you got to do it with this defense.
I agree with you, bro. I got no complaints there with you, man. 100% agree with you. As far as like looking at just to get back on the Jaquan Brisker, who do you think starts in place? Are we putting Strowman out there? Like, who do you think?
Isn't the name like Elijah? We got Elijah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Elijah. You're
Hicks.
right. Hicks, yeah, he's definitely never mind.
I feel like he played a solid game. People got on because he had that one play, that little bonehead play. But he young. Is he not a rookie or first year guy? Like it's for second year. I mean,
Elijah Hicks is. Let's take a look at that real quick. He's 24 years old.
He's
in his second year. So yeah.
So he young. I see some potential there. So like, I feel like Elijah Hicks would get the nod.
I like that. Elijah Hicks does play well. He doesn't bring everything that that Jaquan Brisker does, but he's a backup for a reason. Yeah. I mean, he was a 7th round pick. And the one thing that I will say, and that's something that we eventually need to talk about as well, maybe towards the end of the season, is that I like how Ryan Poles also does draft depth pieces. And he gets them later in the round. They're pretty solid depth pieces at that. But yeah, so Elijah Hicks stepping in there. And we'll see, man. He's been around the team. He's familiar with the system. He started before and played pretty solidly. So, like I said, I think we still have enough because that chemistry in the secondary is just being good overall right now. And so it's probably going to be, especially if Eddie Jackson's out, we're looking at Quindell Johnson and Elijah Hicks to step into the second.
See that now I do got to say this, the caveat to that. When we did see Elijah Hicks, I think Jaquan was out there because I believe Eddie was out there, Commanders game. Yeah. So he was next to Jaquan. So I don't know if Jaquan helped him a lot because I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, Elijah played the free more of that game. And because he was definitely Jaquan was flying over the field. He was definitely a strong. So yeah, I want to see how it looks with 2 young dudes back there. So that's the only thing I have about that. But besides that, I've seen him look pretty good. So
Facts. Well, Stevo, I appreciate you for coming through, bro. Y'all make sure y'all follow him at Stevo Speaks. Y'all can follow us collectively at Chi Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related, and we'll see you guys on Sunday, the game day.
Sunday night.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot it is a late game.
Yeah.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.